Hello guys, this is Spencer, and this is how I earn college credit through study.com while working full-time. This is a big challenge for a lot of people. And for someone who did community college in high school while also working about 35 hours a week, 35 to 40, it was pretty dang hard doing community college classes. Now, someone who sees that and is like, okay, what about not community college? What about higher up credits? It gets pretty hard, I'll just say that. From other experiences I've learned of people doing, university while working either part-time or full-time, they said even part-time is a big challenge because university classes are meant to take up most of your time. I mean, they're meant to take up each class about 10 to 15 hours of your week studying, homework, assignments. So putting that on top of a full-time job is usually a big challenge. But thankfully, I did find study.com and was able to work. I swear I worked some 50-hour, 40-hour weeks while also earning college credit through study.com. And here's ultimately how I did that. I would get about two 15-minute breaks and a lunch. Mostly just one lunch. It's either one lunch or two 15-minute breaks. In each of those breaks, I would go study. I would bring my laptop to work, study. I would eat while I'm studying. I mean, with study.com, the study guides were so easy and simple to kind of understand. And as I've said in previous videos, they give you info that you need for the exam. They don't give you any extra. So I was able to get on my laptop and get straight to the point to learning what I need to learn in order to pass the exam. Boom, go to lunch, eat some food, study for a good 20 minutes, do a hard study sesh, and boom, I'm set. I do that for about 5 days a week. I'm ready to knock out the proctored exam. Boom. And I also had time. I mean, if I was working an 8-hour day, I had time to go home and study some more. So I would study a good 2 hours after that. Boom. That was about 2.5 hours I studied today. And I don't even feel like I studied because I worked. I made money while also being able to earn college credits. So when the time would come Sunday or Saturday, I would do a little bit more studying just to refresh my mind. Boom, take the proctored exam. And yeah, that's the thing I love about study.com. I could wake up fully refreshed, get a drink of coffee, study for 30 minutes, and boom, I could take it on a Saturday. I could take it on a Sunday. I could take it before work on a Monday if I wanted to. That's the awesomeness and flexibility of study.com. With study.com, I think overall I did about 6 classes while working full time. So overall I completed 6 classes. And let me tell you, when I did community college while working online, I had 3 classes that entire trimester and I almost failed all 3 of them. I mean, having to go inside of a classroom, take that hour out of your day to sit and listen to a professor, which again, it's important to sit and listen to a lecture if you have that privilege and you have the time to. But when you want to grind out some credits and actually get a degree while working full-time and paying bills, sometimes you just gotta go online, you gotta go remote, you gotta sacrifice missing out on some lectures and just learning to learn on your own and study on your own. I think that's the most important skill someone can learn, is to be self-sufficient in their learning. And those 3 classes were in about a 3-month trimester, and I was struggling. I was able to get the 6 study.com classes in about 2.5 months, maybe 3, because with the program I was doing, I was able to get 2 classes done a month with my subscription to study.com. And I think I paid for the extra class on the 2nd month because I was going so fast. And I was working, I think 2 of those weeks on the 2nd month, I was working a 50-hour week, and boom, I was still able to, on the weekends, get my proctored exam done because I studied during my lunch breaks. I studied in the morning. It's a grind, and if you're someone who likes to go get at it, wake up early, get your life together on your own terms and not have, a professor telling you what to do. Again, I'm not dissing in-person college at all. I love it. I did it when I was in high school, but I think some people learn better on their own and some people don't. But if you're someone who learns better on their own, studying on their own time, making their own schedule, because that's the only option you have, Study.com is the best way to go. Another feature I loved about Study.com is that you could schedule that exam, get straight into it. There were certain platforms that I used, or even the online university I used, where the proctors would take a good amount of time. I mean, you would get into exam, have it scheduled for 9 a.m., and sometimes you would be taking it by 10:30. I mean, when you have a busy schedule, you can't wait an hour and a half to get your exam done. You need to get in, get out. You need to not have that gap of space just to be sitting at a screen waiting for this exam that you studied so hard for. For all 6 exams that I did for Study.com, it was boom, straight in. I would schedule it 9:10 a.m., 9:15, I was in, I was ready, I was fresh because I didn't have to wait an hour to do the exam I scheduled 3 days for. Study.com was beautiful, it was perfect with that, and that's what I'm grateful for the most with Study.com. But overall, I mean, if you're taking in-person university right now and completely struggling and maybe wasting your money because you're failing classes, I fully suggest trying out Study.com to get those prerequisite classes and get some college credits out of the way before, let's say, you start another in-person university or an online university. Whatever transfers the credits over, you got to make sure to check which universities accept Study.com credits. That is a crucial step. But overall, if you're working a lot, if you need to support your family or pay your bills, but you also want to get a college education, check out Study.com. It is the best for a work-life school balance. If you're doing all 3, it could get hectic, and Study.com is just overall great way to handle all that while getting your college done. A great platform to just sit down, study for an hour, and then do your other responsibilities. And again, I'll emphasize this again, they only give you the material that you need to learn for the proctored exam. It is beautiful, it is perfect, it keeps room in your brain just for those small items. You're not reading a bunch of useless stuff that you're not gonna need for the exam. But yes, overall, I hope you enjoyed my review and I hope you check out Study.com. I have a link in my description for a discount on your first month. So go check that out and happy learning.